Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Of course I didn't. Today we are going to talk about the Cyclone TT-303. Back in the day, before a rainbow of super authentic TB-303 clones was available for the price of a tank full of gas, life was tough for acid connoisseurs. A few mutant stepchildren of the original, DIY kits and interesting synths in arcane form factors aside, the only way to get the original bass line experience was to invest in one of the rare and costly silver boxes from the 80s. However, somewhere in 2013 a machine was brought to the market that looked like a carbon copy of Roland's most successful failure, had a reputation of sounding like the real deal, and paved the way for the ultimate demise of respect for intellectual property and music technology. At the first glance, the TT-303 is ticking all the did Uli cloning boxes. Iconic design and UI, all the controls are in the right place, including synthesis parameters, and connectivity is mostly faithful to the original. Once you take a closer look, you will discover evidence of careful modernization. In addition to the 4 303 pattern and track modes, Cyclone implemented a sophisticated preset system. Entire preset banks can be generated on demand by BassBot's Insta DJ OS. Depending on your age, desired microgenre and degree of intoxication, the bot offers 7 different color-coded personalities. Fluid ones, glitched, chaotic, and I didn't know triplet feel was a character trait. These unique creations of buzzword AI can be further mutated, edited and saved to the generous user pattern memory. Speaking of editing, the workflow is very close to the original, for better or worse. Sure, the maximum pattern length of 64 steps is much appreciated, and the merge functionality is great for creating longer motifs, but traditional TB-303 UX is certainly not for everyone. Forward, backward, the usual modifiers like octave up, down, accent, slide, and you can enter ties and pauses. I didn't find a way to record patterns in real time, but there are a few more advanced editing features like pattern shift. OS 2.0 added the useful pattern unroll and tap input functionality. I like the Arpeggiator, which works great for creating new patterns based on the properties of existing ones. And track mode lets you chain and transpose up to 255 patterns without changing the raw material. So how does it compare to the old school analog bubble bath? I'm no expert when it comes to orthodox 303 worship, but according to the great comparison on Alpha Risk's channel, the TT is really damn close with slightly extended parameter ranges. No two TBs sound the same, and there seem to be some differences between the BassBots too. Build quality is a bit disappointing, and a proprietary adapter allows for Midi communication with atrocious timing if the CV and gate outputs don't do the trick for you. Version 2 is still available new, it is less lawsuit inspiring and comes with a few additional features. MK1s like this one are not exactly cheap. Over 40 years after the introduction of the TB-303, artists and collectors are still searching for the holy grail without having to shed out massive bucks. Is the BassBot the missing link? You have already heard the TT-303 in today's intro tune. Definitely not its home turf, but the classic squelch is there. I usually don't use preset patterns in the jams, but this time I have to. Nice, that's the first square wave I've ever really liked on a 303 clone. There aren't as many sweet spots as I had hoped for, and the knobs are not exactly inspiring confidence, but the higher resonance settings really hit the spot. Let's team it up with my favorite acid machine and go for a deeper, more psychedelic vibe. The sawtooth is not bad, but I felt the urge to apply more FX than I originally intended, which is rarely a good sign. Again, the synth shines when resonance is cranked. After all these very acidic examples, it is time to explore its actual bass sounds and more mellow tones in super TB-fartilistic, squelchiadilocious, up-tempo synth funk, acid house, retrowave, AMV copy-paste. Everybody needs a 303. Given the huge variety of acid-style synths available, finding the right one is either super easy if you don't have much money, or exponentially more difficult if you can afford one of the more exotic or high-end models. The bass spot is both of the latter. You really have to look twice to distinguish it from the original, and unlike Roland's boutique version, it is oozing character. However, if you're used to more modern takes on the subject, the old-school workflow can be tedious even with a fun-to-use pattern generator, and I found the questionable build quality with its catchy knobs to be quite a buzzkill. If this degree of authenticity is what you're looking for, you don't mind a few quirks, and you enjoy hunting for a TT-303 model that really suits you, this synth is a great choice. I will stick to the original. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show. Thanks to all my patrons for supporting the channel, and welcome to the monthly Vocoder Shoutouts. Tier 4. It can be assumed that the overtone-rich waveforms of the Casio HT3000 are great for use as a vocoder carrier signal. Vocoder is my all-time favorite Behringer product, an old-school virtualizer.
Of the pyramids,
Tiers 5 and 6. I tried to do the same thing with a Dark Star vocoder and failed miserably. Hopefully the voice processor of the Roland SP808 is up to the job. Dagobert Michelson opted for the Roland VT3 voice transformer. Again, thank you so much for supporting the channel. See you next month.